Hi guys, today's video we're going to go over the NACA Home Buying Program, why it is the best mortgage in America, what you need to do to be eligible for it, how to get started, and everything else you need to know. Before we get started, I just want to say I'm not associated with NACA. I don't work for NACA. I work with eXp Realty, and my group has helped many people go through the NACA program here in Arizona. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, so why is NACA the best mortgage in America? There's a few reasons, actually. Number one, you don't need a down payment. Number two, you don't need closing costs. The lender will pay your closing costs. Number three, there's a below market interest rate. Number four, there's no points or fees at all. Usually there's an origination fee with getting your loan as high as 1% or even higher. No fees. And another one, this one is huge. You do not need to pay for mortgage insurance, which, if you know anything about mortgage insurance, it's a scam in my opinion. Anyways, it will reduce your monthly payments by a lot right off the bat. There is no credit score consideration. So if you have a terrible score, it doesn't really matter with NACA. They just look at your payment history, make sure that you pay all your bills on time and all that. But if you have a low score, then it doesn't matter. Another thing that makes NACA so incredible is the interest rate buy down. You can buy your interest rate down to almost virtually zero. It has to be 1/8%, but imagine having a mortgage with a 0.125% interest rate. It's insane. If you put down 1 point, so 1% of the total purchase price, that'll buy the rate down 0.25% if you have a 30-year mortgage, which there's only two options. You can have a 30-year or 15-year mortgage. But people, since you don't have a down payment or closing costs, I mean, you could just use all that money. You can buy that rate down to 1%, 2%, depending on the amount of funds you have. Some people even get it down to zero and they post about it on their website. So NACA is just really incredible when it comes to saving you money. You save so much money short-term and long-term. It's so incredibly worth it. So what is NACA anyway? It's a nonprofit organization that is nationwide. So anywhere you are in the country, you can potentially get a NACA mortgage. We are based here in Arizona, so we can definitely help you out with that. We've gotten a lot of people through the program. Also, NACA has really great realtors too. But before you decide to, I'm gonna get a NACA mortgage, there's some things you should know. First off, what you should know is they have the purchase program, which is what we're gonna be talking about today, and the home save program. So if you already have a house that's unaffordable, they can help you refinance that. But we're gonna be talking about the purchase program today. So anyone looking to buy a house, this is another really great thing about NACA. You don't need to be a first-time home buyer to go through NACA. It's really for anyone that just does not own any interest in any property right now. So if you are not a homeowner, then you might qualify. All right, now I'll go over all of the eligibility requirements and all the details. So there are two different kinds of members with NACA. You're either gonna be a priority member or you're gonna be a non-priority member. If you're a priority member, that means your income is less than the median of whatever area you're in. They call it the MSA, the Metropolitan Statistical Area. Okay, and if you are a non-priority member, that means your income is greater than whatever the median income is for your area. So if you're curious to see whether or not you would be a priority member, you can look at the link I put down below. You just have to click on the most recent year and then look at the median income of the city that you're in. And if you make below that threshold, then you would be considered a priority member. And if you are not a priority member, don't worry. That just means you'll have to buy your NACA mortgage, your house. You'll have to buy your house in a priority area, which I also put in the link down below. You can check out all the different priority areas and see if anywhere around you would be a priority area. Okay, now then, let's get on to other requirements. Next, you would have to make sure that no one in your household owns any property or has any interest in any real estate while you're going through the NACA program. If your spouse has a home, you can't go through the program. So no one in the household can own any other homes. Also, once you get the NACA mortgage, you will have to occupy that home that you got through NACA for as long as you own it. You will have to live there. They do this so you can't buy it at a really good deal and then charge rent for someone else and you'll just be making money off that. You would have to live there. This is for home ownership and for living there. Okay, next up, you will be required to be active in NACA activities and different events that NACA has. They require your participation in NACA events, at least 5 a year, and these can be different events, and there's more information on that on the website. Another thing to know going in is NACA does have a membership fee of $25 per household for the year. So it's just something to be aware of going in. There are purchasing limits, and these limits vary depending on what area you're in. If you're in more of a high cost area, you will have a higher purchase price limit that you can buy a house at. And they changed, that is also on the website. Okay, another thing to be aware of is NACA does put a second lien on the property. It's such a good deal that they do put a second lien like most other home buying programs. It's $25,000, but it is forgivable after a period of 3 years. There will be no lien. And you can do the NACA home buying program more than once. Every household can do it 2 times as long as there's a 3-year gap in between. So people ask, so can I get in a home with zero money? No, you still need a little bit of money. You need money for the home inspection. You need money for the earnest deposit for whatever house you're buying. You need money for the prepaid taxes and insurance on the property. And they require that you have reserves so that you're comfortable with the home transition. And here's a chart just displaying the differences of cost between NACA and a traditional home sale. So you're seeing all this and you're like, how is this not a scam? It's too good to be true. And I agree with you. I thought it was a scam at first, but no, it's 100% legit. But you should know that you do have to work for this. They do require you to make sure you get all your documents in on time. You have to do a budget. You have to put all your documents into a web file that they have. You have to wait for a counselor. You just have to be very proactive with this program and be on top of all your stuff. As long as you're on top of everything and you get all your documents in, you schedule everything as soon as possible, you can fly through the program anywhere from 3 to 6 months or even longer, depending on if you're lazy about it. So don't be lazy about it. Blow through this program and you will be so happy you did, because it's the best mortgage in America. What else can I say? So how do you get started? The first thing you need to do is get NACA qualified. It's just like a regular pre-approval that you would have with any other lender when you're buying. You need to get NACA qualified. How do you get NACA qualified? The first step is attending a home buyer workshop. It's about a 4-hour webinar. It'll tell you everything you need to know about NACA and how to go through the steps. You can find it on their website, which I link down below, or I highly recommend following them on Facebook. If there's no webinars on their website that you can attend, they do some over Facebook as well, which is the one I went to. And after that, you'll get your web file login. You'll get all the information you need, all your documents you need. But before you do any of that, you need to read through the qualification workbook. I read this front to back. You should as well. It has all the details you need and all the paperwork you need, and it'll just help you fly through NACA with ease. So not a lot of people read, but just trust me on this. You have to read through this. If you're serious about going through this program, you need to know all these details. So I'll link that in the description as well, where you can download that and read through it, get signed up for the homebuyer workshop, and pretty soon you'll have the best mortgage in America. And again, if you are in Arizona and wanting to go through the NACA program and you want my team's help, we can help you get through this program. Also, there are NACA realtors available, so they're always a good option as well. So in closing, I'll just leave it with this. It will be a lot of work for you, okay? But in the end, it will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's not even an exaggeration. That is spot on. If you look at the chart, if you take advantage of the interest buy down, if you look at all the numbers, it's just incredible what NACA is doing, and they are the real deal. So I wish you luck on your home buying journey. Again, reach out to me if you need anything, and happy home hunting.